Every morning, millions of people pour crunchy flakes or colorful loops into a bowl, add milk, and call it breakfast. We simply call it cereal. But have you ever stopped to wonder why this food is called cereal in the first place? The word sounds ordinary, yet its origin reaches back thousands of years into ancient mythology, agriculture, and the history of human civilization itself. Surprisingly, the name of your quick breakfast is connected to a Roman goddess, the development of farming, and even a health movement in the 19th century. What began as a term for grains grown in fields slowly transformed into the name of the boxed breakfast foods we know today. Understanding why it is called cereal is like tracing a thread from ancient farms to modern supermarket shelves. And once you see the connection, your everyday breakfast might suddenly feel like a tiny piece of history. Let's explore right here on History of Simple Things. Long before breakfast cereals existed, the word cereal referred to grains themselves. Crops like wheat, barley, oats, and corn were among the earliest plants cultivated by humans. These grains became the foundation of diets across ancient civilizations because they were nutritious, storable, and relatively easy to grow. The term cereal comes from Ceres, the Roman goddess of agriculture, grain crops, and fertility. In Roman belief, Ceres watched over the growth of plants and the harvest that fed the population. Her importance was enormous because successful crops meant survival for entire communities. Over time, the Romans used the term cerealis to describe grains associated with the goddess. Eventually, the word evolved into cereal in English, referring broadly to edible grains produced by grasses. For centuries, when people spoke about cereals, they were talking about the crops themselves, not a sweet breakfast in a cardboard box today like we know now today. The transformation of cereal from field crop to breakfast food began in the late 19th century, during a time when many doctors and reformers believed diet played a major role in health. In the United States, a physician named John Harvey Kellogg promoted simple grain-based foods as part of a healthier lifestyle. At the Battle Creek Sanitarium in Michigan, Kellogg and his brother experimented with cooked grains that were rolled and toasted into flakes. These early flakes were originally intended as a bland health food for patients, but they soon became popular beyond the sanitarium walls. Other innovators quickly joined the movement, creating new grain-based breakfast products that were convenient and easy to prepare. Because these foods were made from processed grains, manufacturers naturally used the familiar word cereal to describe them, because it already meant grains that people depended on every single day for food and survival. Today, when we say cereal, we usually mean the ready-to-eat breakfast food sold in colorful boxes at supermarkets. Yet, the connection to ancient grains is still present in almost every spoonful. Most cereals are made from wheat, corn, rice, or oats, which are all members of the cereal grain family. The manufacturing process may include grinding, cooking, shaping, and toasting, but the core ingredient remains the same plants humans have cultivated for thousands of years. Even sugary varieties with chocolate flavors or marshmallows still begin as simple grains harvested from fields. In a way, modern cereal represents a long journey of agricultural innovation, food science, and marketing creativity, all built upon the humble crops that ancient farmers once planted under the watchful eyes of their gods long ago. Those grains are the reason the word cereal still connects breakfast bowls to ancient agriculture and human survival across time. Interestingly, the word cereal is also widely used in science and agriculture to classify grain-producing grasses. Scientists refer to wheat, rice, barley, oats, rye, and corn as cereal crops because they all belong to the grass family cultivated for edible seeds. These seeds are rich in carbohydrates, which made them reliable energy sources for growing civilizations. Entire societies were built around cereal agriculture, including ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia, and Rome. Large harvests meant stability, trade, and population growth, while failed harvests could bring famine and unrest. Because of this deep dependence, the word cereal gradually carried a sense of importance beyond just plants. It symbolized the basic foods that sustained humanity, which explains why the name eventually felt natural for a daily breakfast built from the same grains people had trusted for thousands of years, long before supermarkets, cartoons, and bright cereal boxes ever appeared on store shelves worldwide today. So the next time you pour cereal into your bowl, remember that the word on the box carries a story far older than the product itself. It echoes the name of Ceres, the Roman goddess, who represented the life-giving power of grain and harvest. It reflects the ancient crops that allowed civilizations to rise and flourish. And it connects modern convenience foods to thousands of years of farming tradition. What seems like a simple breakfast label is actually a reminder of humanity's long relationship with the plants that feed us. From sacred fields in ancient Rome to factory lines producing toasted flakes, the meaning of cereal has evolved. But its roots remain firmly planted in the grains that shaped human history and continue to nourish millions of people every single morning around the world today, still as they start their day with a bowl of cereal and milk again. In the end, the word cereal carries a story that stretches across thousands of years of human history. What began as a name connected to Ceres, the Roman goddess of agriculture, eventually became the term for the grains that sustained civilizations. Over time, those same grains were transformed through innovation into the convenient breakfast foods we enjoy today. Every bowl of cereal is linked to ancient farming traditions, scientific food development, and cultural habits that shaped how we start our mornings. So the next time you pour cereal into a bowl, remember that this simple breakfast is rooted in a long history of agriculture, mythology, and human survival. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.